Hi all, myself Harini, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Agriculture Engineering. So today's lecture video is about types of packaging materials. In this video, we are going to discuss about how packaging material protects the food products and what are all the types of packaging materials. First of all, packaging materials are used to protect the product from the damage and the contamination. It helps in safe storage, transportation, and to extend the shelf life of the products. Different materials are used for packaging depends upon the product and cost. There are different types of packaging materials depending on the hardness and packaging materials. It is classified into three types. One is flexible packaging material, second is semi-rigid packaging material, and rigid packaging containers. In flexible packaging containers, it includes plastic film, paper, and aluminum foils. In semi-rigid packaging material, it contains cardboards, cartons, aluminum containers, PVC containers, PET jars, molded containers. Next is rigid packaging containers. It includes glass container, metal container, fiber board container, wooden boxes, crates, and barrels. Let's discuss one by one. So first is metal can. For first metal cans. So in metal can processing, steel and aluminum are the main materials used to make cans and lid for food and drinks, like cold drinks. It is used why? Because it is non-poisonous to the food and it is cheap compared to other materials. They are strong. The strength is very harder. They can made harder when after shaped. For example, can cold drink bottles can be made from aluminum. Food cans like beans or soup cans are usually made from steel. Steel also used for cans, which is low carbon steel is mainly used. First, steel is made as a black plate, and then black plate is just a plain sheet without any coating. Aluminum is also used for cans. Why? Because it is light in weight, does not rust easily. It is easy to shape. For example, soft drink cans like Coke and Pepsi are made from aluminum because they are lighter in weight and it also easy to recycle. So metal cans for food packaging contains four types of metal commonly used. One is already we have discussed in previous slide: steel, aluminum, tin, and chromium. Steel and aluminum are commonly used in production of food cans and primary materials for metal packaging. Food cans are made of steel and beverage can are usually made from aluminum. So there are two types of cans. One is three-piece can and one is two-piece can. So metal cans are the most common metal containers used for the food packaging. The cylindrical can body and the two ends are made separately. One end is in that can, one end is applied to the can body by the can maker and the other by the food processor. The ends are stamped out of the sheet material and the edge curled into a sealing compound injected into that curl. So next packaging material is glass. So glass is made by a uh, glass is defined as an inorganic product of fusion which is cooled to a rigid state without crystallizing. Glass is a hard, transparent material uh, made by melting natural materials and then cooling them without crystals formed. So usually glass is made by heating a mixture of sand, which is silicate, and sodium carbonate, and lime, calcium carbonate, until it melts. When the hot liquid is cooled quickly, it becomes solid without forming any crystallization, which gives glass glass-like structure, smooth, transparent structure. There are two types of glass containers in food packaging. One is bottles. Bottles have narrow necks, which are mainly used for liquids such as milks, juices, and soft drinks. etc. So jars and pots have wider neck, like wider mouth, and are used for semi-solid or solid foods like jam, pickles, honey, sauces. The wide opening makes filling and removing the food easier. So next is glass containers, advantages and disadvantages. So it does not react with the food, so there is no change of taste. It makes the food safer. Um the inside of a glass container is smooth, so it is easy to wash and clean properly. Mm, This means glass bottles like milk and beer bottles can be used many times. However, glass is heavy compared to plastic or metal. It can break easily if it is dropped or hit. It also cannot handle sudden temperature changes. For example, putting hot liquid into a cold glass bottle may cause to crack or some breaks. So methods of glass container manufacturing, there are two type of method. One is blow and blow process for narrow neck containers, press and blow process for wide neck jars and narrow neck containers. So next material is plastic. So it is a material made from very small chemical units joined together to form a long chains. These long chains are called polymers. Plastic may be made from joining small molecules together or by changing natural materials. It is used to food package foods, but they can be made because they can be made in many different forms. It can be soft, clear, hard, colored, strong, or flexible. This means different type of package material can be choose to depend on the what kind of food is being packed and how it needs to be protected. So plastics are resistant to many type of compounds. They are not reactive with inorganic chemicals. Some plastic may absorb some food constituents such as oils, fats, gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, together with water vapor, permeate through plastics. So next is plastic films. There are various types of polymeric materials which are converted into plastic films and have a wide application in packaging. So like polyethylene, polypropylene, poly PVC, PET, polyethylene terephthalate, polyester, polycarbonate, or nylon or polyamide. So these are all the various type of plastic films. So this is the plastic identification codes of the plastic films. So next is polyethylene. So polyethylene is the simplest type of plastics which is made from ethylene gas by joining some molecules together using heat and pressure. Uh, Polyethylene can be low, medium or high density depending on how it is made. So high density is stronger and better barrier. So polyethylene can be easily heat sealed. Mm, it is a good barrier to water and moisture, and sometimes it is a poor barrier to oils, fats, and gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide.